series on clarinet scales here at makingmusicmag.com. My name's Cassidy, and today I'm going to teach you guys how to play the G minor scale on the clarinet. In case you missed it, last week I taught you guys how to play the B flat major scale, which I've linked below, so feel free to go check that out. This scale is going to have two flats in it, so it's going to have B flat and E flat. Now you know that G major usually has a sharp, but since we're adding three flats, we negate that one sharp and then we add two more. So we have B flat and E flat. I'm very excited to be back again with you guys here at makingmusicmag.com. Thank you so much for joining us again, and if you're new, welcome aboard. So without further ado, let's get started learning the G minor scale on the clarinet. Okay, so for this scale, we're going to start with our low G. And to play a low G, you're going to place your thumb over the back keyhole here. Then you're going to put your first, second, and third fingers down in both of your hands. Okay, that's going to give you low G. Okay, the next note is A, and to play A, you're just going to pick up that ring finger in your right hand. Okay, and that's going to give you A. The next note is B flat, and to play B flat, you're just going to pick up that middle finger in your right hand. So you're just kind of picking up fingers at this point. That's going to give you your low B flat. The next note is C, and to play C, you're going to pick up that pointer finger in your right hand. And you should just have down the four fingers you started with down in your left hand. That's going to give you C. Okay, the next note is D, and to play D, you just pick up that ring finger in your left hand. That's going to give you D. Okay, the next note is E flat, and to play E flat, you're going to add this bottom side key here with your right pointer finger. Your left hand's going to stay the same. You just add this bottom key right here. Okay, it's going to give you E flat. Okay, now the next note is F, and to play F, you're going to pick up everything except your thumb. So this pointer finger comes up, your middle finger, and your pointer finger in your left hand. So the only thing should be covered is this back keyhole here with your left thumb. Okay, that's going to give you F. Okay, and then we're at the top of the first octave, G, and that is just completely open. So don't put any fingers down. And that's going to give you G, and you're at the top of the first octave. So you guys just learned the first octave of the G minor scale. Let's review it real quick and then I'll play through it for you. So remember, you start down here on G. Don't forget your thumb back here. A, B flat, C, D, E flat, bottom side key with your right pointer finger. F, just your thumb, and G, wide open. Alright, so this is what that first octave is going to sound like. Alright, so now we can check that octave off the list. Let's jump right into the second octave. So remember, you're here on G, right? The next note is A, and to play A, you're just going to play this upper key right here with your left pointer finger in front of your clarinet. That's going to give you A. Okay, the next note is B flat, and to play B flat, you're just going to add the register key. Don't cover this back keyhole here, just the register key, okay? So I always say it's like you're pinching the clarinet pretty much. Play these two keys here. That's going to give you B flat. Okay, the next note is C, and to play C, you're going to put down pretty much all of your fingers. So your left thumb is going to cover the back keyhole and the register key. then 1, 2, 3 in your left hand, 1, 2, 3 on your right hand, and this pinky key down here. And that's going to give you C. Okay, the next note is D, and to play D, you're just going to pick up your pinky in your right hand and play this right here. It's just like your low G that we started on, except you're now adding the register key. It's going to give you D. Okay. The next note is E flat, and to play E flat, you're going to add this upper pinky key right here with your right pinky. And that's going to give you E flat. The next note is F, and to play F, you're going to pick up your pinky, ring finger, and middle finger in your right hand. So the only thing you should have down on your right hand is your pointer finger. Your left hand has not moved since we got to C. Okay, so this is F. Okay, and now we're at the top of the second octave, G. So pick up that pointer finger. And the only thing that you should have down is all of your fingers in your left hand, except your pinky, of course. So thumb register key, 1, 2, 3. And that's going to give you your G at the top of the second octave. Okay, perfect. So let's review that second octave real quick. So remember, you start here on G, all open. A is this upper key here. B flat, add the register key, don't cover the back keyhole. C is lots of air here because you're jumping from this to all of your keys down, all your fingers down. So all the holes are covered, and you can put a bunch of air through the clarinet here. Get up over that bridge, the break in the clarinet. So remember, thumb register key, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and this bottom pinky here is C. Then D, E flat, move your pinky up here, F, and G. Okay, so let's see what that second octave is going to sound like. All right, great job, guys. So let's review the first two octaves. There is a third octave if you're feeling extra adventurous, but for those of you who are new to the clarinet or just getting back into it, let's stick to these first two octaves for now. So remember, you start down here on low G, A, B flat, C, D, E flat, add this bottom side key, F, just your thumb, and G is wide open, A, B flat, just your key, C, pinky, D, E flat, F, and G. Okay, so I'm going to play through those first two octaves for you so you can see what that sounds like. Awesome. Great job, guys. So now, if you're feeling adventurous, I will show you how to play the third octave. Again, this is getting up into your altissimo range, so lots of air. This is probably for slightly more experienced players. If you want to give it a try, by all means. But if you're new to clarinet or just getting back to it, like I said, I would probably stick to those first two octaves for now, and then maybe venture into this a little later after you've been playing for a bit. But for those of you who are ready and feeling excited, remember we're up, let's start at that third octave. So you're here on G. Okay, now the next note is A. And to play A, you're just going to pick up that ring finger in your left hand. So it's going to give you A. Okay, the next note is B flat. To play B flat, you're going to add this bottom side key here with your pointer finger in your right hand. That's going to give you B flat. The next note is C, and to play C, you're going to pick up everything except your thumb in your left hand. So the only thing that should be covered is this back keyhole here and the register key. Now it's going to give you C. Okay. Then the next note is D, and to play D, you're going to put your, leave your thumb where it is, then put your middle finger and your ring finger and your left hand down, and then your pointer finger in your right hand, and I add this key here, or pinky key, for intonation purposes, because otherwise it gets all kinds of wacky up here in the altissimo range. So this is how I would recommend you play your high D, and it's going to sound like this. Remember, lots of air here. Now we're at E flat, and to play E flat, all you're going to do is add this little sliver key here with your right, that's what side it is, your right ring finger. Okay, that's going to give you E flat. Okay, the next note is F, and to play F, you're going to pick up your pointer finger and your ring finger in your right hand, and you're going to add this pinky here in your left hand. That's going to give you F. You can hear we're getting pretty high up there, right? So now we're at G, and to play G, pick up everything except your pinky right here. Okay? And that's going to give you your high G. And I'm realizing I actually leave this pinky down too, on the right side. It's kind of up to you, preference. Sometimes it helps with intonation, those kinds of things. So I would encourage you to actually fiddle around with the fingerings up there, or watch some tutorials on it. There's different fingerings to help with your intonation once you get up into the altissimo especially. So I'd encourage you to check that out and see what other people are saying about it, and see which one works best for you. Okay, so that is the top of the third octave of this crazy G minor scale. So let's review the third octave. Remember, you start here, G, A, B flat, add the side key, C is just your thumb, D, E flat, add the sliver, F, and G. Alright, so here's what that third octave is going to sound like. Alright, now I will run through all three octaves for you just so you can see what they sound like. Remember, start down here on low G. Alright, and so you could hear my high G was a little bit sharp. So that's one of those things you gotta kind of play with your fingerings, see if you can fix that a little bit. But great job, guys. You did it. If you tried that third octave, congrats. Props to you. It's a lot of air, a lot of annoying the neighbors, but once you get it, it feels really good. So proud of you. Good job practicing that altissimo range. Alright guys, wonderful job. You just learned how to play the G minor scale on the clarinet. For those of you who ventured into the third octave, very nicely done. Be sure to keep practicing and pushing your air. Get a nice big breath. And for those of you who want to venture into the third octave, I encourage you to give it a try, kind of see where you're at, feel it out. But nice job overall learning, even if you just did the first two octaves. Good job. As I mentioned before, last week on I had taught you guys how to play the B flat major scale, which was the relative major to this scale. So in case you missed that, I'll link it below. If you're on the website, you'll also see the scale written out down below this video, because we don't want you to just mimic our fingers. We also want you to learn how to read the notes on the scale. So please follow along with that as you're learning this scale. There's also a link to a downloadable fingering chart if you want to venture into some other fingerings. And I believe there's some altissimo stuff on there too, like I mentioned, to help with your intonation. So give those a try, see what works best for you. What doesn't work, just kind of play around with it. Be sure to stop back next month. We're on our final 2 videos of this series, which is crazy. For those of you who have been here with us all year, thanks for sticking with us. We hope you learned a lot. For those of you who are new, thank you for joining us. If you want to check out any of our past videos, I've linked those below as well, so feel free to go give those a watch. Next month, for our final videos in this series, Anna is going to teach you guys how to play the F major scale, and then the following week I'm going to teach you the relative minor to that, which is D minor. And then that's it. We've done all of the scales in the circle of fifths, which is so exciting. So welcome to the end of the year, everybody, and thank you for sticking with us through this whole series. We hope you learned a lot. If there's any more videos you want us to do for you, clarinet tutorials or otherwise, please feel free to reach out to us. We'd love to hear from you. So thank you again for watching this video today. Don't forget to stop back again next month for our final couple videos in this series. And as always, remember to keep practicing.